Okay, hello boys and girls. This is first and second grade science. It is Mrs. Klein and I am teaching first and second grade science on Wednesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. So what we did yesterday was we did an experiment with glue. Now these are our vocabulary words. Everybody should have their own list in front of them of vocabulary words. So if you don't, you should write these down. I also wrote them in the chat. There you go. Here they're coming. There they are. So this should have been your homework from last night, was to write out a list of your vocabulary words so that you have it for class. Okay, so now I know everyone's going to have it now for tomorrow. Okay, so what we did yesterday was we did an experiment with glue. We glued a bean onto the paper with clear Elmer's glue and the Gorilla Glue, brown Gorilla Glue. So we discovered on page 9 in our science notebooks, page 9. We filled in page 9 yesterday. If you were not here, you need to catch up. So if you have not done page 9 in your notebook, I know the guys that were with me yesterday, they did it. The guys that were not with me yesterday did not do it. So you need to do page 9 in the notebook. We had 2 mystery glues, and we made a prediction. That was a guess. We said that both beans will stick with the glue. And then after we glued it on and we shook the paper and the glues, both of the beans stuck. So therefore, both of our glues worked. So our predictions came true. We said that the beans stuck. This is what really happened. The beans stuck, the beans stuck. So you're going to circle your prediction and you're going to circle what really happened. Then the bottom of it says, put in your glue properties. Use your senses. Use your eyes to see. Does the glue make any noise? We're not going to taste. Remember our safety lessons. We're not going to taste anything in science. You could smell it with your nose. You could feel it with your hands. So both glues were sticky. They both were strong glues. They held the beans, and one was white, one was brown. So they have different properties because one was white, one was brown. One had a little smell, the other one had no smell. So they had some properties were the same, some were different. That makes them 2 different things, 2 different materials, 2 different substances. So they are 2 different glues with different properties. Yes, Noah? We're going to go on to page 10. Page 10 we did yesterday, lesson 1.4. If you were not here, you need to go do page 10. Page 10 says, were the glues the same substance? No, they were not. The first question, no, they were not the same substance. Why? Because they had different properties, because they had different ingredients, because they were different substances. So, you're going to circle no, glue A and B were different. How do you know? They were different colors, they were different substances, they had different ingredients, they had different properties. That was our evidence. We're proving evidence of why we believe something to be true or not true. So, today we're going on to lesson 1.5. Lesson 1.5 in the science notebook is on page 11. We are doing observing and testing of ingredients. This is the lesson today, lesson 1.5. So for homework tonight, you're going to finish page 9 and 10 if you have not done so already, and you're going to make your list of vocabulary words if you have not done so already. And then we will be observing and testing ingredients. So today we are doing lesson 1.5. Page 11 and 12 in the notebook.
Okay.
Lesson 1.5, page 11 and 12 in the notebook. Observing and testing ingredients.
Yes, fine.
Yeah.
Can I come use the bathroom?
Yes, you don't have to ask me, Anna. Just hurry up, okay? You're funny. Observing and testing ingredients. Lesson 1.5. Okay, you do not have to ask me to go to the bathroom. Just go to the bathroom and come back.
This time,
Yes.
the page you said is 11. The page.
Yes. You're going to, Emily, if you did not finish page 9 and 10, you're going to finish page 9 and 10 and send them to me. Today we're doing page 11 and 12.
I already finished.
Okay, good. So just send me 9, 10, and then 11, 12. So we are doing lesson 1.5. Yes. Okay. So let me get out my book here. This is what we are doing. We are designing a problem. Our design problem is we are trying to design a better glue for our school. Different glues have different properties. We just tested different glues and we found out that they have different properties, and we have evidence as to the fact that they have different properties. So we are going to learn today. Engineers use design goals to guide their work. Everybody take out a piece of paper. Does everyone have a blank piece of paper? Blank piece of paper. Let me get my whiteboard. We are going to learn, write this on a blank piece of paper. Engineers use design goals to guide their work. Hi, Emily. Can you see this?
No.
Just find a blank piece of paper.
This line.
Yeah, find a blank piece of paper and write.
This
You can just take a blank piece of paper, or there should be blank paper in your notebook. When you come to class, you should always bring blank paper. Since we're not in class and I can't hand out blank paper. Yes, yes, William.
Can I repeat the word?
Repeat what?
The vocabulary.
The vocabulary. I sent it in the chat. You want me to send it again?
Yes.
Okay, I think you wrote them out.
Don't take it out. I have to write that, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna, maybe I'll email this to you. I know we don't have a lot of time for you guys to write all this out. Maybe I'll just email this page to you. Because we're going to, you guys are not gonna, I'm not gonna have time for you to write all this out, so I will send this to you. So we're gonna be glue engineers. Emily, turn your camera off, Miss Emily.
Okay.
Leave it off during the lesson, okay? Everyone's camera and microphone stays off during the lesson. Yes, I can write it in the chat. Okay, so the most important thing that I want you to know is that engineers use design goals to solve a problem. Well, to produce, gather information to learn about possible solutions to a design problem. So engineers use design goals to solve a design problem. We use observations. These are your vocabulary words. We use observations and we gather information to learn about possible solutions to a design goal. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, everyone just calm down and listen, okay? Shh. Engineers use design goals. You're going to come up with a goal for your glue in order to solve a problem. Yes.
Engineers use design goals to solve a design problem. Goals are daily.
I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. There's a lot of noise in the background. Just type. Can you type it in the chat?
I said engineers use design goals to solve a design problem. Is on page 11.
No, I'm going over the lesson information with you, and then we're going to do page 11.
I'm sorry.
Do you have, this is page 11. This is page 11 in the book. Noah, you don't have the notebook? Page 11 says, what are some properties of a popsicle? But I'm not up to that yet because I want to go over the lesson. Okay, guys, you need to stay muted, please. Anna, stay muted. Don't come off mute, okay? Thank you. So, I'm trying to explain the science lesson to you. Just listen. Engineers, design engineers, are people that make a product to fix a problem. If we need a glue, if we need a special glue to glue something special at school, maybe we need a special glue to design the costumes for the play, or special glue to make the props for our play. Let's just say our school does not have the right glue. So we are going to become glue engineers, or we are going to produce a glue that's going to solve our problem. So, we are going to be glue engineers, designing. Just don't write anything, just listen.
Okay.
We are going to be glue engineers. We are going to design a new glue for our school. So, what are some of the things we need to know? Well, we just experimented with glues and we saw that they had different properties and different substances and different ingredients. We just saw that with our experiment. We discovered that different glues have different properties, different substances. So what do we want in our glue that we're going to design? What do we want in our glue that we're going to design? We're going to be glue engineers. So what is going to be the goal of our glue? What do we need to glue together? What ingredients, what substances What will be the properties of our glue? Do we want it white? Do we want it clear? Do we want it to dry invisible? What do we want about our glue? Do we want our glue to be blue?
No. Ella solo está hablando.
Emily, you want white glue? So we're going to come up with, we're going to design a glue. We've got to figure out what ingredients can we use to design a glue. So, Rebecca, just listen, just listen. We're not writing yet. Engineers analyze information from tests of different ingredients to compare the strengths and weaknesses of how each one performs. Well, we saw in our experiment that all the glues we tested, they all worked. So we want a strong glue that's going to work on whatever we need to glue. When ingredients are combined, a mixture is created. When ingredients are combined, a mixture is created. Okay, I'm putting this on the YouTube video. What I'm reading from now. Emily, don't come off mute, please. Okay, so when ingredients are combined, a mixture is created. You see on your vocabulary words, mixture. A mixture has different properties. Look at your vocabulary words. Your mixture will have different properties than its ingredients. You will have different ingredients. You will have different mixtures. It will have different properties. You guys have to use these words because you are going to be a glue engineer. So, fair tests enable us to gather more accurate information. You have to test your glue to make sure that it is doing what you say it's going to do. We have to test it. So we're going to design with goals in mind. We are going to make observations. We are going to gather information for a possible solution. We are going to test our glue. We are going to have different mixtures. We are going to have different ingredients. Look at your vocabulary words. And we are going to test it to make sure that they all work. That it works. So we have to design it with goals in mind. We have to observe it, gather information, mix it with different ingredients, and test it. So we are going to be designing a glue engineers. So make sure you have all of your vocabulary words listed out. Emily, you got to stay muted. Thank you. Make sure you have all of your vocabulary words. Yes.
But what do we write that you want to...
You don't have to write it yet. I'm putting it in the chat for you, but you don't have to write yet. When we go to page 11, you'll write. So, okay, it says, gather the following materials. Properties of mixtures can change when other ingredients are added. Vocabulary, ingredient mixture. Baking soda, salt, flour, cornstarch. Remember when we looked at the baking soda, the salt, the flour, and the cornstarch? And we wrote out the different properties of each of those dry materials, right? Then what we're gonna do is, some we're gonna add water to, some we're gonna add salt and water to, and we're gonna come up with a mixture. So, I don't know if you guys wanna do this at home, but if you can get a little cup of baking soda, salt, flour, cornstarch, and water, and you can test out your glues at home. Don't do it right now, I'm just showing you. I'm gonna test mine out at home, and then I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do it for you, so you don't have to do it at home, but if you want to, you can gather those things. So, let's just put that on the side for now. We're not doing that right this minute. I'm gonna actually do it, I will do it later, and I'll show it to you tomorrow. What you need to know is, the students are going to plan and conduct investigations in order to observe the properties of different glue ingredients, patterns, and cause and effect. Let's add this to our vocabulary words. Add to your vocabulary words. Patterns, cause, and effect. Emily Morales, keep your microphone muted, please, for the 10th time. Okay, so, how are we going to design a mixture for a certain purpose? We are learning how to design a mixture for a certain purpose or use. What is the purpose of the glue? What are we going to use it for? To stick things together. Remember, we decided that a glue has to be used in these ways. The glue needs to be sticky. That's why we chose to do sticky glue test. Stickiness is the most important property of glue. Design goals are like rulers for engineers. Design goals guide the work for the engineer. We will have design goals for our glue. Okay. They keep repeating the same stuff over and over again. Okay. So, turn to page 11. Page 11. What are some properties of a popsicle? What are some properties of a popsicle? What is a popsicle? What is a popsicle made of? Properties
Ice.
Of a popsicle. Well, is it water or ice? It's
Ice.
It is, yes, it's ice. Good. What else is in a popsicle?
Popsicles are made out of frozen water.
Yes, but what, does it taste like water? Does a popsicle stick taste like water?
No. It's coloring.
What makes it the different color? Okay, so what gives it its flavor? The food coloring doesn't have flavor. What gives it a popsicle, an ice pop, its flavor? What if it's an orange flavored popsicle stick? They have to add in the flavor, right? They could add in fruit. When you make the popsicles, remember we had the ice cones at school? That was the ice, and they put the flavored syrup on top, remember? So you can add fruit, you can add syrup, and you can add a particular flavor. So that would be the properties of a popsicle. Very good. So you guys understand what it means to be the property of something. Property, those are the properties of the ice pop, popsicle. So on top of page 11, put this in on top of page 11. Ice, flavored syrup, fruit, whipped cream. You can put whipped cream on top. Well, this is, if this is a popsicle with a popsicle stick, or you can make it in the snow cones, right? In the cup with the snow cone with the ice and the flavored syrup. Yes. Who is that? Oh, Tanisha, I don't have you on the attendance. Tanisha, you just joining us now? All right, well, you kind of missed science. We're doing page 11. All right, page 11. You guys need to finish page 11 for homework. Yes. Yes, I'll put it in the chat. Okay, so page 11. Emily Yanez, you have to mute your microphone. Who else is not muted? Who is this? Hi, Tanisha, you gotta mute your microphone. It's very noisy in there. Page 11, okay. You're going to add the properties of your popsicle stick is ice, flavored syrup, fruit. If you want fruit in your part of your popsicle, etc. Okay, so put that in the top of page 11. The bottom of page 11, you're going to have to finish your homework. Make a drawing to explain your thinking. Label your drawing. Draw your popsicle and label the parts. So that is lesson. You're going to do Wednesday homework is page 11. What's on page 12? Tomorrow we will do the experiment with it. If you want to do the experiment with me tomorrow while I am doing it, you need to bring to science salt, baking soda. We're going to go on to social studies. Flour and cornstarch. If you want to do the experiment with me tomorrow. And water. Bring these items for tomorrow. Noah, is your microphone on? Rebecca, you gotta turn your microphone off, please. So tomorrow, if you want to do the experiment with me, I'm gonna be doing it with you. I am gonna get salt, baking soda, flour, cornstarch, water for tomorrow. It's in the chat. So, and you're going to finish page 11 for homework. Okie dokie. page 11, and you're going to need to bring salt, baking soda, if you want to do the experiment, flour, cornstarch, and water for Thursday. Send me page 11 science, okay? Okay. Bye.